just painted this window here, and as you can see, I just kind of slapped on the paint. I didn't really do cutting in, as I said in previous one and other videos where you cut in and the paint's just barely touched the glass. I just flat out slapped it on. Getting it on the window is not a big deal because this next method that I'm about to show you that I learned from another YouTube user makes these windows look flat out phenomenal. So when we come back, when these dry, in other words, be a moment for you, it'll be about an hour, hour and a half for me. I'll show you how to cut in these windows to where they look just absolutely phenomenal. Now you may also see it, or you may not, but back here is a bucket. It's got soap and water in it right now. That's all it takes for this next step, soap and water. I use Dawn soap, dishwasher soap, and he just mix it in with a bucket of water, and he needs a rag. In this case, I'm using one of those squeegee things, but that's entirely up to you. So when we come back, we're gonna strip this window, get some nice edges on it all the way around, and then I'll show you that technique, and hopefully it'll work for you, because I didn't think it would work for me, but it's absolutely phenomenal, and I'm glad I did it. So hang with me and I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. It's been about roughly 2 hours now since this window has been painted in that video before this, that little segment. And again, what I have in this bucket over here that I have sitting on top of a wheeled stool is just soap and water. I have one of these sponge things here that you see window guys use. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just going to push out some of this water here, and I'm just going to right up to the glazing, soak it down with some soap and water. I like to do this, I don't know why, it's fun, I guess. Soak it really down. Good indicator is paint's already starting to remove just by soap and water. On these windows, I'm using a latex paint. I'm not using any oil base whatsoever. My primer is Kills, like I showed in a previous video. And that's it. There's really not all that much to it. Put that back in your bucket, not a big deal. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is a 10-inch trowel, or a blade made for putting mud on the wall. Nothing special until I've used it a few times. And pretty much what you want to do is you're going to dip this down in here too. Get some soap and water on it so it doesn't stick. And then you want to grab your scraper, which I forgot to take out, but it's close to reach. Simple $2 scraper, bought at Lowe's. Nothing major. Blades are super cheap. You can buy 1,000 of them for like $5 or something like that. And then pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to set it right up against the glazing. I'm not going to put very much weight down on it, but you're just going to push along that line with your paint scraper. This particular paint scraper leaves just a little trail of something behind. It drives me nuts, but I've since figured out how to get it. And then what you want to do is once you make your first cut, you want to line this edge up to that first cut. And then this line can be wherever you want it to be. Straight as possible is best. If you're not comfortable doing this with your dominant hand, do it with your non-dominant hand. When I first started doing this, I'm a righty by choice, or by genetics or whatever, but I started doing it by the left hand until I got the hang of it, until I got my pattern down, and then I just started going to work. Corners that you don't want to take good care of. You don't want to gouge the glazing. The soap and water, what that does is it loosens up the paint. And I slap primer on this. I've got 3 coats of paint on here that I'm scraping off. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. You want to be careful on your corners. Take your time in the corners. And that's really it. I kind of gouged it a little bit right there, but that just means I'm not perfect and I don't claim to be. Essentially the stuff that comes off is just wet paint. And I just wad it up on a ball and throw it in a bucket, which is sitting behind the camera. And I missed. Let's go left-handed. Not sure if you can see this in the camera, but sure is coming out pretty. Alright. Step around here. Pull that out so I can see my edge. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but you will get there. Not that hard. I love it. Shortly after doing the other video where I said you just want to barely touch it, and then I told you on the other side I just slapped it on the glass. It wasn't a big deal. Later that night I went out and I was searching YouTube videos and I came across Eric Erickson, I believe, who does windows in Sweden, I want to say. And this is their technique, and I took it on wholeheartedly, and I'm glad I did. Just a phenomenal result that comes out. That's everything. I mean, the big chunk of paint that I just took off with very little ease. Pour it up in a little ball like so. Throw it in the bucket. At this time, what I do, step around here. At this time, what I do is I wash the window. Again, squeezing out any excess water. Right up to the glazing. And I'm just using squeegee stuff. You can find this at any big box store. I don't know if you can hear that sound right now. What that is my steamer powering back up. And pretty much all I do at this point is I tilt it up. Got my nifty little squeegee here. And I just squeegee it on down. Microfiber cloth doesn't hurt to have. The other side's a little dirty, but my primary goal here is just to get the outside clean so that when I hang it, I don't have to go out and wash windows again. Simple microfiber cloths. You can buy those at big box stores or your auto stores. And that's it for the most part. Alrighty, let's zoom in up on that. So you can see that nice edge. Come on, camera, focus. Nice clean edge, just like that. I don't think you could ask for a better edge. But it's mighty, mighty clean. One window down. One to go. Thank you for watching. This is Brad with BradGump.com. If you have any questions or concerns, contact information is on my website at BradGump.com. BradGump.com. Appreciate you watching. Thank you much. Have a good day.